All right, parents of teen drivers, the stats are real. This is it's a problem. Teens are constantly getting in car accidents and constantly having fatalities. I keep reading articles and I'm on a Google alert with teen drivers. If you really want to get keyed in on what's going on with teen drivers, you can do that. It's pretty simple. You can just go to Google and set up an alert, and it'll send you a daily digest. But it's just the fact of the matter is, teens are 10 times more likely to be in a fatal accident than a normal adult. So pretty much once you make it out of being a teen, you know, it's smooth sailing from there. It's just one of those things where, you know, it happens so quickly, and especially right after teens get their license, there's just so much room for error, and their brain is just so underdeveloped that it's a struggle for them to be able to monitor the roads, maintain the vehicle, and just be smart behind the wheel. Everything we do in life, we get better with practice, and driving is that exact same thing. I also read that, you know, two-thirds of teen passengers, the deaths occur with another teen behind the wheel. So just be careful letting your teen drive with other teens. Just because we've gotten a license doesn't mean that the teen has, you know, the experience level, and the licensing is a privilege. And so we need to, just like anything, if you have somebody who's just gotten there, just become a doctor, they have to spend hours and hours and hours working under other doctors to make sure that they can go at it on their own. Same with lawyers. You know, we have to go through many years of extra schooling, and we have to take a test to make sure that we can get to the certain level. And then it's advised that you go and work for judges, and learn the craft and become a clerk and do different things, or you work under managing attorneys. Same with construction or any other trade. Electricians work, under master electricians. Plumbers work under master plumbers, and they do these apprenticeships until they are good enough to do it on their own. But in our society, if you pass a driving test and you get your license, you can drive all the way across the United States if you want to, which is just ridiculous. And so we need good parents out there to educate their teens. And even, if you know your teen is hanging around with somebody that the parents aren't educating them, feel free to, give them some facts and give them some information, because it's very helpful and it's very important that you just keep telling your teen these things over and over and over again. I read once that people it doesn't stick in somebody's mind unless you tell it to them 7 times, and so that's the same thing over and over and over, and repetition and memorization and those types of things will help your teen. They'll probably be like, oh mom, oh dad, you're telling me this again. But when they're out in the mix and push comes to shove and they really need to make a decision or do something, you want your voice in their head telling them, hey, this is the right move. Call the police, or get out of that party where people are drinking, or whatever. Call mom and dad for a ride. Do those types of things. So we want to be sure that we know the facts, and there's tons of facts out there. There's tons of websites. Just Google, teen driving statistics or anything like that, and you will find endless numbers of facts. And so stats can be blown up and blown out of proportion or whatever, but the fact is real that the single largest driving age with fatalities is 16 through 19. And so those are the teenage years, and those are the ones that we want to make sure that we get the kids out of. So again, look it up for yourself. Feel free to leave comments. Let us know stories about what's happening and what's going on with you. And be sure to stay tuned for the sweepstakes that's coming out on Monday, June 15th, so that you can enter to win the emergency kit. It's about a $59 value, and we previewed it on the Facebook Live a couple days ago. So Seth Smiley here from the Smiley Law Firm, and this is another edition of Parents of Teen Drivers Facebook group. Thank you.